Have you ever wondered, if the word of Allah cannot be altered, then what happened to the Torah and the Gospel, which the Quran refers to as Allah's revelations? Is this a contradiction, or is there a deeper wisdom behind it? Today we'll uncover this mystery through the guidance of the Quran and the insights of scholars. Assalamu alaikum, my YouTube family. In today's episode, we are diving into one of the most intriguing questions. Can the word of Allah be changed? The Torah and the Gospel, what happened to them? Were they altered by humans, or is there a divine wisdom behind this? Stay with me as we explore the meanings and wisdom from the Quran, tafsir and scholarly interpretation to uncover the truth. But first, let me take you to ancient Mesopotamia, around 1754 BC, where the great king Hammurabi ruled over the Babylonian Empire. Hammurabi was not only a conqueror but also a visionary leader. He is remembered most famously for his Code of Laws, one of the earliest and most complete written legal codes in history. King Hammurabi's laws were inscribed on a massive stone pillar known as the Stele of Hammurabi. For all to see, these laws were meant to bring justice, order, and equality to the land. They covered various aspects of life, from trade to family relation, and even to punishment for crimes. The purpose was clear: to establish fairness and to ensure that no one was above the law, not even the king himself. But here's the twist. Over time, after Hammurabi's death, his kingdom went through numerous transitions. New rulers came to power, each with their own ambitions and ideas. And as happened in the course of history, some of Hammurabi's original laws were altered by these rulers, sometimes to fit their own political agendas or the evolving social needs. What's fascinating is that despite these alternations, the core principles of Hammurabi's law, justice, fairness, and order, continue to influence future generations. These laws lived on a modified form, but the essence of what Hammurabi stood for remained embedded in the culture of his people. Many centuries later, historians and scholars, while studying Hammurabi's code, found that the original unaltered laws still resonated with the people, especially in times of crisis. Even when different rulers made changes, it became clear that the foundation led by Hammurabi was so strong and just that it could not be fully erased. One particular story tells of a later king who tried to completely rewrite Hammurabi's laws to suit his personal desires, but the people of the land, remembering the fairness and wisdom of the original code, rose up against the new ruler that demanded that the original principle be restored, for they had become a part of their identity, much like a sacred inheritance. In the end, Hammurabi's spirit lived on, not because of the physical stele of Hammurabi, but because of the moral laws it carried, which were never truly altered, no matter how much others tried to distort them. Now you might ask, what does this have to do with the change in the scriptures? This is exactly what happened with the Torah and other scriptures. Some individuals intentionally altered the text for this personal gain. Well, let's start with the story of Prophet Musa. When Allah gave him the Torah, it was a divine gift, a complete and pure revelation. But over time, as generations passed, certain people tried to manipulate the scripture for their own benefit. Allah warned us about this in the Quran, chapter number 2, verse number 79. Woe to those who write the book with their own hands and then say, "This is from Allah," in order to exchange it for a small price. But here's the thing, this alternation was not by Allah's will. So if we know Allah's word is unchangeable, how do we reconcile the corruption of the previous scripture? Let's analyze. If Allah's word is true, unchangeable, then why the corruption? Begin with the Quranic statement. chapter number 6, verse number 34. There is none that can alter the word of Allah. Remember, there is none that can alter the word of Allah. In Arabic, word of Allah called kalimat. Now, what does the term kalimat actually mean? To understand this, I consulted 44 tafsir and Arabic dictionaries. Here what we found. Tafsir Ibn Khatir. Kalimat refers to Allah's eternal promises in His unchanging decrees. This cannot be altered by anyone. Tafsir al-Qurtubi. Kalimat also includes both Allah's divine speech and His eternal knowledge, which remains untouched. Tafsir al-Tabari. Kalimat signifies Allah's command and decision, which are beyond the power of entity to change. Now, looking at the dictionaries, Lisanul Arab. Kalimat is defined as divine utterances, words that are immutable by nature. Al-Mufradat fi Gharibul Quran. It refers to Allah's revelation and eternal decrees that govern the universe, all of which are preserved beyond human influence. Tajul Urus. The term highlights the permanence and purity of Allah's word, emphasizing that they cannot be corrupted. The term kalimat refers to Allah's divine words, decrees, and eternal truth. These are not limited to the Quran alone. They include promises and commands that are preserved by Allah Himself beyond human interference. So, where is the preserve? Where is the original truth untouched by human hands? Let me tell you about the preserved tablet. Yes, Lohi Mahfuz, the mother of the books, Allah's eternal preservation. Chapter number 43, verse number 4, Quran. And indeed, it isn't the mother of the book, Kitab, exalted and wise. Okay, the mother of the book is divine record where Allah's original word are eternally preserved. Chapter number 85, verse number 21, 22. This is a glorious Quran inscribed on preserved tablet, Lohi Mahfuz. This demonstrates that the ultimate source of all divine revelation is safeguarded by Allah Himself. Yes, the original, unaltered word of Allah is kept safe in the preserved tablet, beyond the reach of human manipulation. And this is not just the Quran, but also the true essence of all previous scriptures, the Torah, the Gospel, and even the peace psalms of Prophet Dawood. All are preserved in their complete and uncorrupted form in the preserved tablet. Okay, if Allah's word are unchangeable, then what happened to the Torah and Gospel? Let me share an interesting fact with you, one that we find the answer to in the Quran itself. We know that the word of Allah, Kalimat Allah, never change. They are eternal and unalterable. But the question arises, who altered the scriptures in this world? The answer lies in the divine revelation guiding us to the truth. Chapter number 5, verse number 44. The rabbis and scholars were entrusted with the protection of Allah's scripture. The responsibility of safeguarding the Torah and Gospel was given to human scholars. Over time, human errors and deliberate alternation crept into the written forms of these scriptures. As a result, the original meaning was sometimes altered, but Allah's original word remained untouched in its essence. So, conclusion, Allah's word, kalimat, His decrees, promises, and internal truths cannot be changed. The Torah and the Gospels were altered due to human interference, but the core essence of Allah's word remained unaltered. Allah's original revelation and eternally preserved in the mother of book, Kitab, and the Lohi Mahfuz. Okay, does this clear up the so-called contradiction for you? Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. And remember, my YouTube family, the truth remains safeguarded by the one who created it. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next episode. Subscribe my channel kindly. Allah Hafiz.